be successful, and so I do what it takes to be successful. And that is, when I go home, I study and do my work and go to class.
Kind of corny stuff.
Well, it works.
I mean, if you're not literate, you can't understand the contract you're signing. You just don't understand it. You're just signing stuff. You don't understand the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights. You just don't understand anything.
Right.
And then we decide, okay, well, I'll let my mom or, my wife or my girlfriend do it my whole life. And do they really understand it?
Right.
So big ups, to those pushing literacy. All right. Why do you think you were successful in school? And then I want you to also answer a two-part. And then what made you say, okay, education is going to be my pathway, further? So why did you think, what made you successful in school, as an individual? And then why did you then choose education as your way out, so to speak?
Well, if I go beyond my parents, certainly I was very blessed to be in some really, really good, excellent academic circles, and that was intentional. My parents, they knew the importance of putting their children in the right places to get that pathway for success. So had some great educators, people who took an interest in my personal development along the way. Later in life, it was more important, where you have to be more self-driven and self-motivated. So I developed that. But, certainly I think the foundation is that I had, as I mentioned, the schools that I was at, the educators that were there. And then also, I think, you have to have people that are going to advocate on your behalf. And so I had no shortage of that along the way, whether it was my parents or other people. A lot of people advocated for my success. So that's what I would attribute it to. And what was your second part to that?
Well, sorry about that. I'm monitoring the chat as we go. And the second part is what made you choose education as a pathway for your growth and development? Like, as a child, somebody might say, man, I'm going to hit these streets. Somebody else is going to say, I'm going to get a trade, learn how to paint or be a machinist or what have you. Somebody else might say, just take different paths. I'm going to take the athletic route or I'm going to sing. What made you say, and I know we talk about parents who nudge us, but that's an individual decision, to a man. And so what got you there?
Well, I think, honestly, you have to kind of look at the time, and I'm going to date myself now, or date all of us for that matter. 70s, 80s was that time when we had our culture pushing the message that college is the way to go, right?
Yeah, Bill Cosby with the sweaters. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Different world, all of those cultural outside influences that were coming at us, even in music. I mean, it was very clear that was the way to go. Now, certainly you had your outliers, you had your athletes and entertainers, but that wasn't the strong pull, because there were so many other messages that said, hey, if you just go, get a job, go to college, go to grad school, whatever, and you'll be successful. That was a strong pull. And so it was I didn't have a lot of things that were taking me off track. I wasn't, even though I went to Whitney Young on the West Side, or Beasley, right across from Robert Taylor, I'd never got pulled into anything that would take me off course, right? And so that I consider myself fortunate, because to your point, everyone didn't have that situation. But that was my reality. Moving out into the suburbs, I mean, I remember folks would be like, "You all are the Cosby family," you know? I mean, right? So, I think if I think about it hard, it was really easy for me. And I think now my view, I appreciate it even more, because I have a macro view of so many kids, whether they be, the younger kids that come up through the Whiz Kids program, or the kids at the high school who have a much different reality in many cases, and family structure in many cases. And so things are a lot, and I think about my own kids, and the challenges, the messaging they are inundated with. They've got the social media, which we didn't have. So you have all these different pulls that just didn't exist. They didn't distract. And so now, that's something I think this world we have to contend and manage.
Yeah, you made me, just have a thought. I mean, I know that you said that you came up kind of Cosby style, or people would say that, because Dr. Law said that, kind of, about his reality. And, I look back on it now, I can say that to a certain extent as well. You know what I mean? It wasn't, I'm not going to say I was Cosby at all. Nobody was looking at me like, man, y'all the Cosby.
Hey, bros, what's going on? This is Cotton Eye. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them?